Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing the making of this traditional stained glass window with the bee design. Here I'm straight into cutting the wings of the bee, and I'm using this iridescent granite glass. It's the perfect glass for this application. I nail the exact finish size to the bench. Once made, this window will be encapsulated inside a double glazed unit, so essentially it will be a triple glazed window once fitted, and I have to use this very special lead edge in here, and this enables the window to be clamped correctly inside the unit. It's got a special shape to the edge of it. Besides that specialist lead edging around the outer edge of the window, the rest of the lead came that I'm using in this project is all going to be 1/4 inch round lead came, so it's quite a narrow lead came. It's not the narrowest, but it's good to show the detail, and it's a nice strong lead for this application. All of the short lead came sections here that hold the hexagons together, I prefer to sort of mitre cut them so that they lock together a little bit more into the corners. Just a thing that I've always done. I just find it good practice. The glass that I use on the hexagons here that make up the background is a reproduction antique cathedral in various pale amber textures. In this design I've used 3 different shades of pale amber. When you're leading together a traditional stained glass window, you always work from one side to the other. You don't like to float around in the middle, you kind of work into a corner. But as this is a circular window here, and the middle section is missing along with a part of the hexagon still, I was almost going to solder the window to this stage just to hold everything in place so it wasn't to move around. But the pins were doing a really good job of holding everything in place, so I didn't really need to on this one. It is quite a large bee in the centre of this window. I've made this design a few times before, and this is kind of the largest that I like to make it. This is around, I think it's about 320 millimeters wide, the bee section in the middle. I do like making the bee quite small normally, and then I can use thinner lead came. It just really makes the detail pop out a little bit more. But as it's such a large window and it will be quite high up in my customer's property, I decided to use the wider lead came, and made the bee a little bit bigger. This right here is quite a common technique where you wrap the lead came around the outer edge of the glass, just to ensure that you get a really good fit. I use this quite a lot, especially in this project with the wings and around the sort of the curves in the middle. In this technique here, I'm using the sections of lead that I've already cut underneath as a template to cut the next piece of lead here. So I've bent it around and then I'll cut it exactly the same shape, and that's because the bee is symmetrical left and right, so I can use it as a template, and just to ensure that it's, you know, the lead works identical left and right. Now for soldering, so I've soldered quite a lot of this window already, but I've left the last few joints here, so I've just fluxed it with the plumbing flux, and now I'm going to solder them with the propane gas soldering iron. And this soldering, these soldered joints, these hold the window together before the cementing process happens. And yeah, you want these joints to be nice and neat and tidy, and I'll solder all the joints on both sides of the window. So there's quite a lot of joints in this project as a total. Now for the traditional wiggling of the window. Yep, so all the glass pieces are all very loose, and that shows that I need to cement the window. This is a bit like grouting, so I apply this lead light cement, this specific lead light cement for this application, and I'll force the cement into all the gaps between the glass pieces and the lead came, into that small little space, and I do this to both sides of the windows. This is a very physical side of the job, a very dirty side of the job. And this is the window now here cemented, and it's probably been about an hour and a half of work doing the cementing, and it will now rest on the bench for a couple of days before I can start the cleaning process. And here we go, a few days later. The windows, it's dried, it's not set like concrete yet, but it's starting to stiffen up. So now it's time to start removing that excess dried cement, and for that I use these little metal pickers here, and I run around the edge of each piece of glass, again on both sides of the window, and I'm just removing the bulk of the lead light cement, of which there is quite a lot that you'll see here. Here I'm going to apply the black grate polish, or the black stove polish here, this stuff, and this gives the lead came its gorgeous gunmetal grey finish once you've polished it all up. It also helps soften up the last remaining cement that's on the surface of the glass. It does require a lot of elbow grease, but it does get the job done. Yeah, it's coming along nicely, this window now. And here she is, looking rather shiny and ready to hold up to the light, ready for the final reveal. And she's finished. So this window will now rest for probably another couple of weeks on the bench, just because it's quite large and I want to give that cement a final drying out before it's encapsulated. And then once it's encapsulated, it'll be fitted up there in that sort of that porthole window at the end of the building. And yeah, fantastic. That's the design I was working to. And cheers for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.